We've had one where the guy didn't, the back of this wasn't clicked in.
Oh, that's the worst.
Who's the guy?
That's why the headphones are there.
It was me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 31 of the Slightly Serious Sign podcast. This one is voted number one by
Brian Kanye, sales director for MetaMark. The reason he's voted number one is because we were just at happy hour with him. So full disclosure, we might have had a soda before we started this episode.
Some water, sparkling water.
Sparkling water, soda, a little bit of water in it. So
yeah, it was
full
good.
Disclosure.
So as you can see, I say again, this one comes before the other one. As you can see, we're obviously not in our normal setup. So we're here in Vegas, just got done with Print United, and IT Supplies was lucky enough to join us.
We were lucky enough, yeah.
Yes.
So thank you guys for joining us. I know you guys just exhibited for 3 days, so that's exhausting. So the fact that you came out here to still do this, we appreciate it. So we had you guys out, or we came out to you guys to do a ISA recap. So we figured, why not? We're here at Print United. Let's do a Print United recap and do it all together again. So thanks for coming, guys, up to this.
This has to be the freshest viewpoint on Print United.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's literally an hour.
These are our old takes.
It would have been sooner if they let you out of the exhibit, but they were like, no, you can't leave. You're just stuck here.
So we should probably say who we all are, because you guys can post it too, right? So we're going to post it. So we should probably just give a little introduction just in case people forgot.
My name's Tyler. I work at Wensco Sign Supply, delivery driver. That's your line.
Listen,
Director of Marketing at Wensco Sign Supply. That's who I am. So we do this podcast. I'm an influencer. That's my goal.
Listen, I'm Mike, Tyler's dad, and the reason he's not a driver because he sucked at it. So
I got the driving part down.
We used to call him Amazon Prime because instead of getting it in one day, like we expect our customers to get it, Tyler would get it to everybody in 2 days because he'd screw half of the orders up.
Hey.
So we put him in marketing so our customers would get the right stuff on time.
Yeah. Now they get their deliveries on time. You guys are welcome.
All right. Bye, guys.
Well, we'd like to thank first Michael Ross Hull for inviting us onto this podcast. It's truly an honor.
I didn't think he was going to say it.
It's truly an honor. And I'm Jeff, and this is Andy from the podcast for printing pros, The Extended Gamut.
The number 2 podcast in the printing industry.
So listen,
with IT Supplies.
The first and original.
Yeah, all 7 of your listeners probably heard that right now, so they're probably watching us anyways.
Yeah.
I think you told them when we were talking the other day, self-proclamation it just becomes fact at that point. So we just keep saying
we're the number one.
Yeah.
So we have to be number one, right?
We're just taking it only by self-proclamation. No, there's no statistic behind it. Just if we keep saying it, it will become fact.
Well, even the people that vote us number one don't necessarily vote us number one.
No, they have no idea until we air the episode, and then they think, "Oh, that's good." And
then they feel cool because they've been mentioned online.
It's true. So. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So we're doing a recap on Print United. You guys exhibited, we walked, so that gives us at least 2 different perspectives. To start from our side, the layout was absolutely horrendous.
It was terrible.
I mean, so the first day we walked it, right, and we didn't plan ahead because we just thought the halls would be close to each other. And I think I ended the day with like 24,500 steps. So...
so there was 2 different halls. There was one it was central and south, but in order to get from central to south, you have to go up 48 steps and then down 48 steps. And if the escalators are working, that's great. But day 1, escalators going up back to the south were not working. And I don't mind taking 48 steps, but they should at least give us a snack break in between. I don't need a water break. I need a snack break. Like 24 steps, snack break, 24 steps. So
that would have been better.
Or you could avoid the steps, but you had to brave the 100-degree heat. Like you could walk outside.
Yeah, you could walk outside and around, or you could wait for all the elevator, which was 18 people, 18 loads deep.
Yeah. So it was 104 degrees. You said brave the heat. It was literally 104.
104
on the first day of the show. I don't know what it was today. It felt hot still, but it was 104 the first day of the show.
Today the air index was like 146, which 98 is considered unhealthy.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't
wildfires.
Die.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, the wildfires. I woke up thinking, did I have a bonfire in my room last night? And I forgot to put it out, but it was actually.
I thought maybe it was all the DTF printing that was happening. The powders just
I was thinking the same thing, to get out of control.
So that's hilarious. So we talked about this with all the other shows, right? A lot of DTF printers at these shows. Like, it's just an unbelievable amount. But we joked because we got to the show and you look out and you're like, man, it looks like I was like, it's either a bunch of DTFs or they got a fog machine in here.
Yeah.
Sure enough, there's dudes selling freaking fog machines in the booth. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was just joking about it, that it could have been fog machines. And
can you imagine if that's a booth across the aisle from you? He's throwing fog
the whole show
on the other booth the entire show. Like, I'd be like, no.
He wasn't shooting it up. He was shooting it out.
I guarantee you, I would have waited late that night before and broke both those fog machines.
Yeah, just cut the wires right off the back.
You're talking to the proud owner of 2 fog machines.
I did buy some fog machines. I thought we were going to make printing cool again. And we thought fog machines would help us do that.
How'd that go?
Well, I have not gotten the support of anyone outside of myself. But when I believe in something,
I think it'll work.
I support you 100%.
But you need like a lot of lights though to make fog look cool. So you're gonna need to buy like
no, they have laser lights attached to them. It's been a significant investment.
Can you send me that Amazon link after this episode's done? Think about getting some. Yeah. We'll air the video first. We'll let you know if it goes well for us. Then you guys can do it too.
Yeah.
We did
the layout
short.
What
we did one short with the video.
We did a short.
It was a teaser.
These guys.
Yeah, the layout was terrible, right? The layout was.
They're like, early adopters, laggards. Like, they're a bunch of laggards. I have to innovate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but
everyone
you guys,
else you mean that doesn't like your fog machines? They just don't understand.
Yeah, if you don't like my ideas, you're a laggard.
Yeah,
you're not an early adopter.
But the reality is, you guys got a great spot. You guys were in like when Print United's design it, they don't know how the flow is actually going to go. They don't know how the people are actually going to go. And where you guys were at, like, that's where all the people went.
Yeah.
Like, that hall was busier than the other hall, and they thought the other hall would be busier. But everybody went through whatever the South Hall first.
Right through the South Hall. And you don't know it when you're signing up. We signed up and had absolutely no idea. The way they do the drawings, you're thinking, I don't know where people are really going to come in, not come in. And when we finally figured out, oh, we're like the 4th booth that you're going to see when you walk in.
Yeah.
It was almost intentional.
Then you had the Tesla truck in there. So as soon as you walked in and it's down a few letters, you could see that it was red chrome Tesla truck. Everybody went right to it. Like, I mean, because
naturally it's gray, but it artificially is red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like a wrap. Yeah. You might be familiar with that.
My favorite part is that you didn't have any use for it in the booth. You just were like, it'll work. We just park a Cybertruck in there and everyone will come. And you know what's funny is that it worked.
It worked.
Well, sign guys are like fishing guys, like, oh, glitter. Like, the sign guys are the same way. Oh, glossy. Oh.
Yeah. Start running.
Yeah.
And we're not necessarily the wrap, the wrap guys. So we rented a wrapped Cybertruck.
Yeah.
And every person was like, oh, what's this? I was like, that's a Cybertruck. They're like, no, what wrap is it? I'm like, it looks like a mirrored.
I think it's red.
Yeah, it's
wrap.
I think it's red chrome. Do you know anyone that makes one? Because we were actually trying to figure it out too.
And then some people were like critical of it. They're like, "Oh, this is." I was like, "Oh, that definitely is a problem." With
I would say what brand that wrap was, but we don't sell that brand, so they're not getting any.
Oh yeah,
they're not getting any radio time.
Oh, okay.
It's that brand that we hate.
Grimco.
It's got 4 letters in it. It's got.
You never say their name.
It's got 4 letters in it, and it starts with a K.
Oh, you're probably right. Josh,
we don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Josh, we'll sell it.
Yeah.
All right. So if people are still listening, we're talking about Print United. The layout was challenging. There was some construction going on. Some of the big names were in a booth that maybe wasn't as well attended, and
the other hall,
literally all the way in the back. And when I say all the way in the back, I mean you couldn't even see him when you walked in. You had to keep going and going down some stairs, keep going.
And the hall they were in is actually when we were here 2 years ago. That was the hall that the show was in.
Yes,
and that turned out to be the hall that no one
wanted to go to,
attended as much, or wanted to go to.
It was interesting.
All the cool kids were in the other one.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was funny because they labeled them all and then just didn't adhere to their own labels. So the back half of one of the shows was the apparel zone, and 3M was back there. Our application table was back there. It didn't mean anything. They just put the sign up and were like, it'll be fine. Some of the apparel people are back here. Some of them were in the front. Then you're like, what was the sign for? Well, they don't know. They just put it up. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But other than that, It seems pretty well attended. I mean, you guys probably thought so too, because you're right in the front there too. But from when we talked to everybody else, at least day 1 and day 2, it was busy. You were weaving in and out of people. The golf carts were trying to run you over all day, so it was a good time.
That was a new addition, the golf cart
I did not like the golf cart thing because like they think they have priority. You don't have priority. I'm standing here.
It's the same as the ones,
You
like
can
the ones at
wait.
the airport.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
Hey,
get out the
excuse
way.
me. No, you can wait.
Yeah,
Like I don't.
but other
I
than
don't want
that,
to say I don't break for handicapped people, but it wasn't the handicapped people that were in the golf cart. It was just
it
the
was,
lazy.
it was a free for all.
It was the lazy people.
IT supplies breaks for handicapped people.
We break for handicapped people. I don't break for lazy people.
Yeah, just people, just random people in a golf cart. Yeah.
We break for lazy people.
All right.
So basically, you break
guys-
for. Never mind.
We'll break for anyone. We'll break for anyone.
I just very generous people over here. That's what they're
If
trying
you
to
need
tell
a
guys.
break.
We're late all the time, but we'll break for anyone.
Yeah, this podcast was supposed to be 3 hours ago.
true.
But they made it here.
Yeah.
That Cybertruck was doing 4 miles an hour the whole way here, but they got here. So, yeah, perfect. Other than that, did you feel like there was like the people that came? Was it buyers? Was it not buyers? Was it people interested in getting new stuff? Was it people just looking? What did that look like for you guys?
I thought it was a good mix. There was a lot from our perspective that is being announced at the show, maybe not quite ready to be purchased.
Yeah.
So in Epson's booth, they had a handful of printers that everyone was really excited to talk about, but we couldn't really take orders for them yet. So there was a lot of that. But then I think there was, there's always a lot of people shopping, and I think this show is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still get the sense that there's a lot of people that are like, all right, I'm trying to figure out what I want to spend my money on, but I don't know if I'm going to spend my money until another rate cut or two, or first thing 2025, I'm going to spend my money, and I know what I'm going to buy. And there's always that mix of when you have enough people. I mean, there's 20 or 30,000 people that probably attended this show that are ready to buy. We had one guy, I've got the cash. I want that printer right now. It's like, well, you can't have that printer. Well, I have the money right now. I want to take it. I was like, I understand, but I don't have a printer to sell you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I feel like it used to be more like if they showed a printer, it was available. And then for Epson to just like the DTF printer, that's one of the ones I think you guys are talking about too. They literally brought out a concept printer that was fully functional. So when people came and it didn't say that on the sign either. So people are just like walking through the booth. They see Epson DTF. It's running. I mean, the first 2 days it literally was running the whole day, and it's not available. No timeline. No pricing.
No name.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No,
Listen,
it's just
It was a
literally
preview.
says Epson
It was a
DTF.
preview.
It was a
Yeah.
preview of the Epson thing, and also we saw the new whatever it's. I don't know what they're going to call it. The next version of the S80 or whatever.
90.
Yes.
S9170.
Listen, why is it made for people that are 4 foot tall? Did you guys notice that too?
It's like,
How do you even load the media? You gotta
We
bend
sell
over all the way on the
stuff to
ground?
people no matter your height.
I mean that. Okay, so that's fair, except for it just feels like if you're like like say you're right around 6 foot, anywhere in that range, like loading a roll on a machine that's that low to the ground is the worst.
did you see they have a little cart that you put it on?
Yeah, they have
I
a
believe
little
it.
because
Yeah.
they already recognize that hey, it's too short. But even where it prints is at like 2 feet.
Yeah.
Like I don't see anybody of average height buying it without putting it on a platform.
Yeah,
I think
it's-
everybody will put it on a platform.
It's funny because that's their new equipment that's come out has all been that same like platform. It's all been that same height. which
They
is
have these
interesting.
3 pillars that they're using for all their strategy and all their design. And one of those 3 pillars is compact.
Yep.
So precise, compact, and efficient.
I think so.
Yeah.
But the question
And,
is, I mean, you guys sell equipment too, right? So the compactness, the height is the least limiting factor of them all, right? Really, I need them to be more narrow so they can fit through a door, and less weight so that I can pick them up. And really all they did was make it shorter, which it fits on a van the same, it fits on a truck the same. You're not going to double stack them anyways. So what difference does it make if they're short?
You can roll it through one of those nursery doors.
Yeah, like a half door. You don't have to open the top half. You can just keep it closed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But even like the little the display, you have to tip it up. Like, okay, well, I still have to bend all the way down here to read it. I can't read it from okay, it's too far. Like, and I can't read up close, but like I still can't read. It's
Yeah.
It's 2.5 feet from you when you flip the thing up. Like you
don't let
can't
him-
read the print.
Don't let him lie to you. It's not that bad of an issue. He's just pretty much blind.
But
So
outside of
that's the
that,
problem.
it's a pretty cool.
it
print.
looks
looks
sweet.
sweet.
It's
looks sweet.
fast.
And it's fast.
And it's fast.
And,
Yeah.
and they have great color.
Yeah.
Without
Oh,
a
yeah.
doubt,
So
they
it's-
have great color.
It's 11 colors, correct?
Yep.
Which is a 1 color upgrade from the
Green.
last series, correct?
Green.
Yeah,
Yep.
add a green.
And so that makes it, it was already the widest, and now they're like, yeah, we'll just go a little further than we are now. And they don't have
take this
exact
to 11.
Yeah, and they don't have exact specs, but it sounds like there's an estimation it's going to be roughly 30% ish faster is what we had heard from them. Whether that comes out, it'll probably be 15 or 20 is what they'll end up advertising.
Never
but-
trust a sales rep. It's probably 15% faster.
I'll take the over.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's 45?
No, that's what he's going to promote it as.
Oh, he's going to
Yeah.
promote. Yeah,
could be up
We're in Vegas. I'm gambling. I'm
It could
trying to
be
take a
up
bet.
to 50% faster. That's what
to.
we're going to say. We're
up
advertising now.
Up to.
Depending on your settings. If you really tone down the S80 and really speed up the new one, it's 50% faster.
All right,
Yeah.
we got to keep moving here because we're
So-
not going to get through this whole thing.
yeah,
we
so
got to
those
still talk
two-
about food.
Those are the,
We got to talk about.
But I don't care about the show. Let's talk about food.
yeah. So those are the two new from Epson, at least. What else did you guys see that was new at the show?
Epson also had that new DISA printer. We have the F9570. So they showed a bunch of new printers, and I think on the DTF side, they were just trying to send a message like, we're coming, we're going to have something, and their belief is like, if we're going to bring a really reliable product, and if you're having issues and want to, like the first OEM to sort of have a solution, they're probably
Yeah.
trying to be the first one of the big brands, right? You have HP, Epson, Mamaki, Muto, Roland. Like they're probably like, we just want to show that there's one coming. But
Yeah.
anyways, outside of that, HP didn't really have anything new. They had their standard lineup. I don't know that Canon had anything new outside of their standard lineup.
Canon was just like, their booth was like, hey, we're the biggest. We're going to be on both sides of the aisle. We're going to be in this
Yeah, it
front of the
was-
section.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
It was a big
and,
booth.
And
Yeah.
for us, we're like, well, we don't care.
Yeah. Well, we were just
Okay,
walking
great.
through their booth like 5 times. Yeah.
I hope you guys are all comfortable up there.
And then Roland, there was a company that's associated with Roland that Roland acquired called Demence
Yep.
that was doing this textured
Yep.
print, which was sort of
was
cool.
wild.
That was
Yeah.
something cool that we
So
saw.
they acquired them right before Print United last year, actually. So they were there, but they didn't have any of the Roland branding. They kind of just came with their previous stuff. So they were actually there last year. Nobody had any idea of who they were, why they were there or anything. But yeah, it's an interesting concept that Roland is working with on like textured prints for wallpapers and all that kind of stuff. But besides that, the only thing new, you said from everyone else, Roland's the only thing they had new is they have a shaker that they partnered with. So it's not even their machine for the DTF. But other than that, it was all the same equipment they'd shown in the past, just showing literally all of it. They brought every single piece of equipment that they had to the show, which I mean, it's the same as Canon HP, right? They're just like, this is all that we have, right? If you're interested in it, it's here in the booth. And so there's a lot of equipment running in that booth. I can't imagine the amount of electrical they're running, but yeah, not much new from Roland. It seemed like Epson was kind of doing all of that.
Cornette was over there throwing like an EDM party every time they sold a printer like this. All I need is your love. And they would like be thumping and people would be clapping. They're doing champagne every time they like sell a printer. It was like these, you want to talk about restaurants. I went to a restaurant. They have $1,000 steak. If someone buys it, they open it up. The whole restaurant comes around. They're playing music. And it's like, they were like copying that. But when
Vegas
you
style.
bought a
When you bought
Cornette machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
like
probably
very
weren't even
Vegas style.
It was probably more opportunities than sales too.
They had a-
Yeah, we got another opportunity. Woo!
But anyway, yeah, they signed. There was no cash though exchange. It was just they said they would buy one. They're like, it works for us.
What do they call it? They signed an LOI. They signed the letter of intent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there you
haven't
go.
paid for it yet, but they're
So
there.
we always talk to my sales reps like, hey, do you sell anything today? Man, I got some opportunities.
Opportunities.
I don't care an opportunity. I have an opportunity to pay a bill, but I'm not going to pay it.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
yeah, that's fair. Anything new on your guys' side?
We had a bunch of seminars just on color management. And then
What's
We have-
colored management? Oh, never mind. Forget I said that.
we've also partnered with STS for DTF. So we had their new XPD 24,
Okay.
which is a sort of a cool DTF all in one, with the shaker and everything. But other than that, we had all the stuff that's available for people to buy if you actually need a printer. So
Yeah.
the latest from the different manufacturers.
Yeah, which is what you actually need in your booth when you're trying to pay for it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, on our end, we had a bunch of like small stuff. So rollover application table, they came out with a super compact version. So they typically sell it in 4x8, which is actually like 5x9 when it comes to your shop. And they just came out with one that's like 41x51 or something like that inches. So it's,
and honestly, I don't think they'll sell a lot of those, but when
we'll
you
sell them.
you need to be able to demonstrate that product to show it. And it's hard to demonstrate a product that's 4 foot by or 5 foot by 9 foot to everybody, but I can roll around a 41x59.
Yeah.
Like I can roll it in a trailer and roll it into their shop and go like, hey, this is what you got to do, but buy the 4x8. So like they needed it for a long time just to be able to like, so we can demo it. And like when we go to shows, we will bring it to every show.
Yeah.
And you can't bring a 4x8 to every show. Like it's incredibly expensive to ship and move. Like, so it was something they needed for a long time.
Yeah.
And we've been talking to them about it for 2 years now.
Yeah. It's, I mean, you guys deal with this too, right? Where you'll like you'll meet with a vendor, right? And they'll be like, hey, do you have any suggestions or recommendations? You'll give it to them and then just like crickets. You're just like,
right.
I've been giving you the same recommendation for 5 years. Nothing's changed. And then literally last year, Print United, we're at rollover and they're like, oh, what can we do? We're like, we need a small one. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, oh, we need one that will fit in a trailer, right? That we can just haul around with us. And then we show up at Print United and they just got one sitting on the floor. Like, hey, look, we did it. You're
Wow.
like, wow, that's crazy. So, so that's why I bring it up. Like, it's something where you actually ask for it and then the vendor makes it. And it's like, sweet. You
And
guys did
they're
it.
shipping it to our shop. Did you hear that?
Oh, the only one they have?
It's going. The only one they have that's going from the show to our shop.
We literally asked for
we
it.
asked
So,
for it, so
it's like, yeah, we'll pay for it. We literally asked you to make it. So
Sounds like you're going to need some smoke machines.
Yeah, we probably
Hey,
do.
just bring them over. We'll shoot the video.
All
for you.
right. All right.
Yeah.
We'll even credit you in the bottom. Shout out to Jeff for the smoking laser machine. People will be like, this is the weirdest video Wensco's ever put out, but it'll be worth it. So, do you guys deal with any like laminators in the market?
Yeah.
Lamination. Which ones do you guys?
GFP is probably the one we sell
The main
most.
one?
Yeah.
Who's your sales rep?
Sam?
Oh,
Sam
yeah,
Crosby?
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam Crosby, my best friend. Sam, shout out to Sam Crosby. Love you.
Shout out to Sam.
Wow, best friend.
Shout out to Sam.
Sam was
The Vikings suck, Sam.
Sam was with Arlon for many years. He was with Multipanel, sold to Multipanel. Then he was with Arlon for many years, so he got to know us very, very well with Arlon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when he went to
dealt with
GFP, we're like, oh, it was a perfect
Yeah.
fit. Like,
Yeah.
Sam's a hip guy. He came to our office to film some YouTube videos
Yeah.
with one of our sales managers. This guy shows up. He's got khaki joggers on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Sam's
had Sam
on point.
We had Sam on the podcast, and my only complaint about Sam will tell you right now, you got too many cats, dude. Like
We talked about this,
The
yeah.
socially acceptable number of cats is
0.
2. It's actually 0, but
Hey,
maybe
that's a
one.
fine answer.
Like I've heard 1 per adult.
Yeah.
But if you have
think it's
5
accurate.
in 18 litter boxes, too many.
Yeah. One per adult does feel like the right number, but that's
No matter how many kids you have, you can work with IT supply.
He's like,
Okay. That's good.
let me tell you, IT supplies, they're an inviting group of people.
Listen, if you got 5 cats and 18 litter boxes, call IT. Don't even call us.
Yep.
I don't want it. There's something wrong with you.
Well, I asked the lamination question because the only thing we saw new, Cala came out with an alternative to they really only had one laminator. So they have the Mistral, which is like on the higher end. They came with a more entry level one.
What's it
so
called?
That was cool. Cala?
No, the name of-
Mistral?
the
No, the new
Mistral.
one?
Mistral.
What's the new one called?
I'm not
No, is
I'm
that what
not
it's
going to
called?
even attempt to pronounce it. I have no idea. So I think it's French. But so they came out with an entry level one. So that was cool to see something new from them and something else they can, if somebody can't afford a higher end laminator, at least another option for them. So that's cool. But besides that, I mean, we saw one new material in the whole show. It seems crazy that between 3M, Avery, Arlon, General Formulations, I mean, really any of them, even MacTech, Nakusa, we only saw one new material at the whole
Really?
show, which is super weird. They all have stuff coming, but in terms of like, hey, this is available, that was the only one that we really saw that I know of. If I'm wrong, then I'll just apologize to whoever.
We talked to Dreamscapes. They had a new material that was more, sustainable.
Yep.
Yeah. We like, everybody talks about sustainable, and we always stop them and say like, okay, what's the benefit besides it just being sustainable?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to pay more for just sustainable. You have to have something else besides, oh, it's sustainable, but it also does this better.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do this better, especially where we're at, even in Chicago, like our customers don't care. It's got to be better for them also.
It's
Like I don't
really
want to say they don't care, but like If it's more expensive but just sustainable, we don't sell much.
Yeah,
It was made from recycled cats.
Then
it would- that-
sell it.
There was a
that
benefit.
would be a selling point.
There was
Yeah.
a
Benefit to the
benefit.
world.
Yeah.
I was going to make a...
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no,
You should
ostracize
definitely
more
do it.
I'm not going to
customers.
say anything about Chinese food on this podcast again.
I was a Chinese
time,
waiter. That was my favorite quote. I was a
still talk about
Chinese
all the time.
waiter.
No, I think you were a waiter at a Chinese restaurant. There's just no comment. We just literally outro from there. But yeah, the only thing from General Formulation is like this new sparkle material. So it's more like a promotional product than anything for that kind of stuff. But other than that, I didn't have anything else that was really new from the show. We saw a little Muto has a new small format printer. I guess that was one of the things on my list, but that's something new for them. Really, Roland's the only one that played in that game currently, so it's nice to see another option at least out there.
The Stratajet.
Two flap, yeah. Vanguard's. Did you guys see the Vanguard automation system?
We were shackled to the booth.
Yeah.
Vanguard had automation system, basically pull
It's sweet.
the sheet off, put the sheet over, and then move the sheet to a Colex to cut it down. That's all
And then it would
automated.
roll off the end of the Colex.
Then roll
too.
off the end of the Colex, so it would go on a skid from there.
So you had one operator, and he would run from his spot. All he had to do was load one side of the machine, and then it would print, cut, and feed into a container for the boxes. It's a pretty cool system for anyone doing that kind of application,
And
especially
anybody-
now with yard signs with like the election coming up. That's a sweet system. Whether it won't be available in time to make any of those yard signs right
So
now.
it'll be the
probably,
next
but-
election in 4 years.
Yeah, well, 2 years. Yeah,
2 years.
I mean, not the big one, obviously, but 2 years we'll have another one. But that was a pretty cool system. And then, Stratajet had a UV hybrid option that was way more affordable than the other ones we've seen in the past. So that felt good because usually they don't look their price. I don't know if you guys feel the same way with UV hybrid, but you look at them and a flatbed's like the same price and you go, oh, it seems kind of odd. There's
Right.
way less material in this, obviously, but so they came in with a much more economical option out there. So that's interesting to see. We don't currently do a lot with them, but it was cool to see it.
They have some patents on that thing too to make it so that you can continuously feed it, which is nice. And you could actually take the trays off the front so it could go into a hopper.
No.
So like one guy just like, he doesn't have to stand there the whole time. He's just like, as soon as it gets far enough in, he can continually feed the next one.
Yeah.
So it never has to stop.
Yeah.
And it auto renders where the sheet is, so you don't have to like line it up to the right or left. It will just read it as it goes through. That's pretty cool.
So it's pretty neat.
But really, the coolest thing was it has like this Star Wars door on the front and back of it. It's pretty sweet. You press a button and the thing, it makes even the noise too. Like, yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah, it has
we kept
Star
joking
Wars
about it. We
doors.
kept pressing the button, watching that door open and close. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I need one of those. I said I need it as like my slider door in my back of my house. Like,
Yeah, the
straight
poor Strategic people are trying to do demos, and we just keep pushing the button during the demo.
To be fair, there's no sensor on the door, so you can be mid-print, open the door.
Open the door.
Doesn't matter.
Yep,
There's
doesn't
no
matter.
sensor there. Beautiful.
Doesn't like stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, because usually that's the problem is they'll just stop it. But other than that, those were the main things that we saw. Anything else from you guys?
I feel like because the show was so spread out and so big, it was like daunting to even try and get away from the booth and go see. So we got over to HP and we bounced around a little bit to some vendors, but I wish I had more time to check things out. So this podcast is great. I can hear from you guys.
Yeah. So what about where'd you guys stay? Where you
We stayed at the Horseshoe, which is
How was
the
it?
old Bailey's. It's good.
Rooms are good?
Yeah, it was redone. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Yeah. You want a new broom.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we're here at Treasure Island, and my only complaint is what happened yesterday. I had a phone call at 7 a.m. Just before the meeting, I thought, I'll just jump out and get a water for this meeting because I'm talking. So I walked out of my room. I had my wallet and my watch on, and I had clothes on. And I walked the vending
good.
machine.
I'm glad you noted that. Yeah.
The fact that he had to clarify that.
The vending machine, the vending machine is 10 steps down. I walk out of my room, 10 steps down, go to the vending machine, come back, can't get back in my room. And I went down to the front desk. I said, look, it's not a key problem. It's a keypad problem because it doesn't even blink. She radios, security, you need to go to 1801. It's probably a battery dead. I come back upstairs. At this point, I've already missed my meeting. So I'm sitting up there. Finally, I could get close enough with my watch to text Tyler to say, hey, can you come down to my room in case they show up here? I'm going to go back downstairs. I went back downstairs, the same person. I said, look, I need to get in my room. I understand it's a keypad. You send security already. They're not there. I need another key. So they send a key, and I'm like, I'm going back up there. If he's not there, I'm just kicking the door in because I need to get in there. And the guy looks at me. He's like, well, then we'll just send security to get you. I said, better send more than one. and I went back upstairs.
Surprise. Security showed up.
Security showed
got
up.
the door open.
Yep, got the door open and within seconds. But it's like,
And took you to jail.
I was locked out of my room for 40 minutes in the morning when you're trying to like get ready and go to the show, and I missed a conference call at 7 a.m.
So you know when
because my phone was in there.
So you would think they would have like a high tech way, to get the door open for you. No, it's literally like a rigged up door hanger that they'd shove under the door and pull the handle down like you're opening a car door. That's literally how they got in the room. And then they swapped out the lock pad after that. But
and it was like 3 minutes. They opened it within like 30 seconds and changed the keypad in like 3 minutes. It's like, why couldn't you have done that?
Yeah,
35 minutes. And even when after they told them that it's a thing, the guy shows up like, oh, it looks like it's battery dead. They just told you that twice on the phone when I was standing there.
He's like, oh yeah, I got to go get that kit. And then he left again.
Yeah. So, can you imagine me at the front desk, in all my strapping muscle? Like, if you don't send security, I'll break the door down. Yeah. And they're just like, okay, cancel security, start recording on 1801. This little man is going to try to break a door down.
Yeah, I'm just going to kick it down. Like, I
just shows up with a video camera.
Yeah. Don't make me break my leg trying to break a door down.
They're checking to see how many people you're traveling with. Like, is this actually? Nah, it seems unlikely. He's probably fine.
Highly unlikely.
But so let's talk about dinner. What did you have good food?
I heard Don Long is taking people out.
Okay, so listen, Don Long had happy hour. Let's talk. He had happy hour 3 nights, but like
we didn't go. We didn't go tonight.
Listen, Don, I know you're listening. Everybody took us to nice places. Everybody, like, we went to Dave Ramsey Steakhouse. We went to Joe's.
Dave Ramsey, cash only. Cash only, no credit cards accepted.
We said that last time too. We were joking about it. They go around
we were joking about it.
You guys are going to have to split a sandwich here, okay?
Sorry, Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse. And we also went to Joe's Steak and Seafood. Don Long took us to
the Conrad Lowry.
Bahama Breeze.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But he could have took it to Applebee's. Let's think about it. Like, we could have went to Applebee's instead. We went to Bahama, but it was good food at Bahama Breeze.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good food.
It was actually surprisingly good food.
But it was funny to.
But then he took us to happy hour the next 2 nights in a row too. So we had happy hour at Don Long.
Some jerk chicken.
I actually had jerk chicken pasta. That's what I ate.
That was a good guess. How many times have you been to Bahama Breeze?
Anyone with the middle name Ross. I can just spot him.
Jerk
chicken pasta.
Jerk chicken guy. Where'd you guys go?
You went to a really good steakhouse you liked.
Poppy Steak over at the new Fontainebleau.
Fontainebleau.
Where they, it was wild. We had smoked pastrami, like Wagyu pastrami, which I've never had. But now if my wife ever brings home lunch meat pastrami, I'm just going to throw it right in the garbage.
Yeah, well,
this isn't Wagyu.
It's ruined forever.
And with full disclosure, this is Tyler's first time ever in Vegas. He's never been to Vegas before.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think?
When your dad took you to the Treasure Island.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Hey,
you should see our Wi-Fi, dude. Let me tell you, this thing's got 24 kilobytes tops, dude. I'm telling you.
And the reason we ended up in Treasure Island is because we almost forgot to book for this show.
Yeah.
Like and I don't know who's in charge of it. I think it's the marketing department. Who's in charge of the booking?
Not the marketing. We're not exhibiting. I don't take responsibility for it.
So the marketing
You're just a driver.
Forgot to.
I'm just the driver. Yeah.
He forgot to book. So that's
Is the ship thing still going on?
No, it's down.
Yeah, I heard it was down.
It's down.
You have a great view of it.
The Mirage next door doesn't go anymore. Like, you have to walk all the way down to Bellagio.
There's like nothing here.
Yeah,
nothing
man.
here.
You have Caesars, I guess, is pretty close, but yeah.
There's a pizza place that's from Chicago that's here that we went to go take the team. Happy Camper. What we didn't realize is it's an outdoor pizza place. So when I brought the team there and we just talked about how hot it was here, we said no inside seating. They said there is no inside seating. I said, well, we're going to have to cancel our reservation.
Yeah, it's 105 degrees, sweating like crazy.
Yeah. So where did you go? You went to
I think my favorite was Beauty in Essex.
Beauty in Essex and the Cosmo.
In the Cosmo. Okay. It's
Yeah.
kind of it's a cool place. Hipstery kind of place.
Yeah.
Do you know where we're going tonight?
It starts with a P, steakhouse near the airport.
No, it's seafood place, isn't it?
Seafood near the airport. That's all I got for you.
We don't even know where we're going.
Palermo's.
Papa John's?
Pred Lobster.
It's just one word.
Palario?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I do know that, but we'll talk about this offline.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're going
That's
with.
what I've heard.
We're going with Joe from Roland.
Joe, if you watch this
listen,
later and you let us down, we're gonna be real sad. But right now, we have high hopes.
There's
for you.
certain people in the industry when they pick a restaurant, I just trust them. Joe Morelli from Roland is a guy, like if he says, "Hey, we're going to go to this restaurant,"
Yeah.
it's going to be good.
Papado?
And he knows what I like.
and
Might be.
and Jason from
Oh
Laminators.
no,
Popeyes.
Jason from Laminators and Illuminate. Those three companies,
Oh, Illuminate.
they know how to deal with it. They know how to go.
Yeah,
But some of the other ones, you might end up at.
Maybe one day we could be on your list.
You guys want to go sometime?
We just want to recommend restaurants to you, and then you like
Well,
put us on
listen,
the list of people that can really
well,
recommend great
you just sent
restaurants.
us a couple.
You sent us a couple. We'll check it
so
out.
You asked, what's it like first time in Vegas? It's cool. We haven't done anything. Like literally just been show pretty much the whole time. So we have time today. So we'll probably do
We're going to go to
something,
Fremont Street. He's never been to Fremont
But I
Street.
was-
So we're going to go there tonight.
But I was just talking to Dustin David at Vanguard, shout out. I was talking to him. He's like, "Oh, you haven't like." I was like, "I haven't been really trying that hard because I don't know if you know this, but the next 3 shows I do in a row are all here. They all
really?
just happen to rotate to Vegas. So I'm like, it doesn't really make a difference. I'm going to be here 3 more times. So
What shows will you do?
Fast Sign show. So the Fast Signs, their big show is here in Vegas. That's in February, and then ISA is here again in April or whatever it is, March, April, somewhere in there. So literally the next 2 in a row that I do will be here. So I haven't been that like, oh, we got to try everything. And
I've
be like,
literally
oh.
stayed at every hotel on the strip because this is like, I don't know, year 15 or whatever. I've done multiple shows every year at Vegas. So like at one point I was on a quest to stay at every single one. And now I'm just like, I just look it up like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But we did walk through Caesars, and that place is incredible. Like just the inside, the building itself inside is sweet. So we didn't go to the Coliseum because you can't just walk in there apparently.
Yeah.
So I just watched Gladiator on the way here, so I was hoping we get to go in there and see him, but he wasn't. Apparently he's not here. So
Yeah, I think he's out of town this week.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we'll have to call him after we leave here and see if he's available next time. But yeah, otherwise that's really. I'll let you know.
I went in the Sphere. I did a thing in the Sphere.
Oh, which one?
I went inside the Sphere. The postcard from Earth.
Okay.
How was it?
The Sphere's cool. I mean, you have the outside, which it's a show, but the inside is its own show with like a stadium, and there's like a lobby area. So it was just cool to go. I think it's the thing you do once. Like I did it. If you want to go, Andy, you're on your own.
Okay.
I've already
So,
done it.
Once you've done it
So I
once.
think
You guys wanna
picked-
go?
I think you picked the wrong show.
Well, it's the
because,
only show that plays unless there's like a live concert.
No, so they're rotating the U2 show this week. So they're literally doing Earth and U2, and we know. So General Formulations did the U2 show, and they were like, it was incredible. And then Laminacore also, they had 2 people do the U2 show. They said the same thing. So it was the craziest.
This is
thing.
like watching on Netflix, like that Morgan Freeman Planet Earth
So I think it was.
in like an IMAX. You
So
know?
I think you just picked the wrong show. So now you got to go again.
No, I mean, not for him. Probably Planet Earth was probably the right show for him.
You don't like U2.
He loves everybody.
beautiful day.
He loves the
U2
grass.
U2 was too hardcore for him. That was his problem.
He cries when he cuts the grass because he's hurting the grass. I mean, it's okay, buddy.
We've already established how sensitive we are at IT
Yeah.
supplies.
Yeah.
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 If you're also sensitive, IT supplies.
Listen,
covered.
Yeah. Listen, if you're sad because you're cutting the grass, IT Supply is the place for you.
My wife's from Central Illinois, and when I said cutting the grass, she says, "What are you talking about? You take out scissors, you cut the grass? That's not called cutting the grass. You mow your yard." And I was like, "All right."
It's both. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but
Wait, you guys mow your own lawn?
My yard is beautifully manicured. We do not mow it.
Listen,
just to be clear,
It's sometimes my allergies act up.
yeah, that's the same thing. Like I have some issues too. Like it's hard. Like, well, it's the sensitive part. Like I just can't handle like I'm cutting it, so I have somebody else do it. And same thing. Like
it's too emotional for you guys.
and the mulch. Like I just can't like it. I'm covering up some stuff. I can't cover up weeds.
You keep
so
thinking about all the trees that had to die for you to have mulch, and
Yeah,
it makes you
I can't do it.
emotional.
So,
So you have
like-
someone else do it for you.
and
then
the
you don't
same
feel
thing.
as bad.
I mean, these weeds are trying to get there, but so I just can't pull them away. I have to
Yeah.
somebody else pull them.
No, people always tell me I'm too sensitive. So
It's a common problem you have.
It's become very common.
I've never heard that from about me.
I don't think he's ever heard that ever, nor will he ever hear it. Actually, I don't think one time someone's ever going to say that in sincerity to you. So
Listen, I'm a very sensitive guy, just inside. It doesn't come out outside.
Sure. Well, if anyone's still listening, thanks for hanging out. I don't know why you made it this far.
It's actually time for the next trade show.
Yeah.
It's February.
So,
We're still here.
What's the next show you guys do, though? What's the next show you guys are doing?
Well, they have the Graphics Pro Expo show in Indianapolis that's
you gonna
coming
be
up
there?
that we're looking at possibly doing. And then
You're looking at
on
possibly
the...
doing? You know
It's
what's
coming. It's in
like
October
3
3rd,
weeks,
4th,
right?
5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't decided yet?
Hey,
We're
how
going to
about
bring
listen,
the fog machines.
I got an
fog
idea. I
machines
have an
in the
idea.
booth.
All right. What's the idea?
Wensco does inventory during October. I have to do inventory in Indy on that Friday. You guys come over and help me count.
That's a generous offer.
Listen, I'll give you the ink sections. You know ink, so I'll give you the ink sections.
Yeah.
You can count the ink and.
Do we
count
bring
the parts.
calculators or do we have to...
Oh, no. You have to count them by hand. Bring an abacus.
Well, we would bring people, they would count for us.
Well, you can.
We
That's
would
fine.
manage them counting.
Yeah, no
Oh,
problem.
no. You got to count.
Listen, I don't have a
And
huge
we're giving
staff.
you like the neon section, so they got all these little brass thimbles you got to count
Yeah.
individually. So it's pretty fast usually.
It sounds like our next show's in February.
It's a good idea.
I will actually be at GPX just to walk it later. When we'll probably get done with inventory about noon, and I'm gonna head straight over there and just see it.
Good.
If I don't get done in time, I'll be there on Saturday.
I'm sure people are going to be flocking to see you. Make sure.
Yeah.
If you want to see me, come to GPX Expo. All 7
On
of
Saturday.
No.
you. Sorry, GPX.
What?
No,
That's a well-attended show.
We meant the people watching the podcast.
We
okay?
met the people watching the podcast, not
At
the
this
people
point,
going to GPX.
I mean, we get a lot of people to watch, but at this point, we've lost them all. So, but yeah,
We're not
won't be
we're-
exhibiting. We actually double committed, so we're actually doing. Wait, Joe told me not to tell people what shows we're doing, but anyways, Joe won't listen to this anyways. We're doing CannaCon, which is the exact same time, so which is like the cannabis show. So we're doing that one.
This seems like a good marketing strategy. Don't tell any customers where you're going to be.
Well, we're looking at the.
Our customers don't go to that show. That's
Oh,
why.
okay.
Yeah. It's a
Like,
it's a vertical
it's-
market.
Yeah, it's
Horizontal market.
Well, after this
How's that work?
podcast, you guys are going to need some new customers because they are all now at IT Supplies because
Yeah.
you've offended them.
Well, hopefully we did a long enough intro. They didn't listen all the way through anyway.
Listen,
so.
if you've been a long time customer of Wensco, you've probably been offended a time or two.
No.
We're actually nice to all of them, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. That's why they love us so much. That's why they listen.
Wensco's new trade-in program is you trade in your cat and you get like a rebate on your printer.
Cash in,
No.
trade up.
Wait, no.
Just don't want
Cat
no.
in,
no.
trade up.
No, it can't be a trade in because that would imply that we're going to take it. That's not going to happen. It's going to have to be, we're going to have to use another word. I don't know what it's going to be,
Word.
but
Yeah, we're definitely not taking. Don't bring your cats.
yeah, please.
We welcome dogs here and there
Some of them,
if they're behaved.
not mine.
Tyler's dogs, just like his kids, aren't behaved.
There was a little dog at the show, unleashed.
Yeah, Chihuahua.
Yeah, just wandering behind the guy.
Why the guy look so nervous when I walked by his dog though? Like if his dog was going to murder me or something? I don't know. It's weird.
There's
Anyways,
every once in a while where you want to walk in between like the person and the dog to see like and just stop, see what the dog's gonna do.
yeah.
I didn't do it because I'm sensitive.
Yeah, you're such a nice guy. That's why. Anyways, to wrap up, where can people get a hold of you guys if they're interested in buying equipment from you guys instead of Wensco because you're nicer to them?
You could probably just go to itsupplies.com.
That's a good idea. If you want to buy from Wensco, you can go to wensco.com. We sell some stuff too, and we would appreciate if you bought it. So
Have we lost? We haven't lost any deals to IT Supplies lately, have we?
I know we lost one, but I don't know if that was soon. That was probably about the same time we had
That was
this
because
episode.
we had a bad rep, but
Honestly, it might have been because we did the first episode. We might have lost after I say.
no,
Or
we
they're just handing over deal. We do this episode and they think, you know what? Those guys seem a lot nicer.
no, we lost it because we had a bad rep in that area, and he still works for us.
We are also hiring.
He's
So
yours.
if
I'll
you're-
trade him. You want to trade?
Up looking for a job in the Chicago area and you happen to work for Wensco Sign Supply.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We'll trade. You got anybody?
Well,
You got anybody that like has a heartbeat and stuff? We'll trade you.
This has been a great episode.
thanks for
And,
listening, guys.
Thanks for having us
We
on.
appreciate you guys coming. As always, it's too much fun. I hope everyone else thinks it's fun, but who knows? We may have nobody listening by now. So thanks for watching, guys. Episode 31's wrap. We'll have you guys on by the next show. So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.